China, 67%.
China wants to make a deal with the United States.
加征34%关税。
A tit-for-tat tariff war that grew increasingly bitter. US President Donald Trump's administration threatened most countries with increased duties on their exports to America.
China won't kneel down, because we know standing up.
China was among the few nations that hit back, and by April 2025, the tariffs imposed by each country on the other had risen by well over 100%.
We'll move their tariffs down 115%.
Washington and Beijing agreed on May 12 to a 90-day pause on most of the levies. But they could be back, and their impact was more than just headlines and rhetoric for most regular people in China. After the tariffs hit, things have definitely become more expensive. This bag of cat food, it comes from Kentucky. At one point, this brand of food my cat likes costs a staggering 1,257 yuan from the original 500 yuan. This was me at a pet supplies conference in Shanghai a few weeks ago.
As a pet owner, I do have alternatives. I can buy stuff that's made in Canada or in Europe. But for some manufacturers in the Chinese pet industry, ingredients from the US are irreplaceable.
I'm talking about cat litter. As it turns out, the US dominates supplies of a raw material that helps keep cat litter tidy. It's a type of clay called bentonite from the US state of Wyoming. At the time of my interview with one Chinese cat litter producer, the tariff war had become a huge headache.
我们现有的库存可以支撑大概4-5个月吧。美国回安煤的矿砂，它的品质是最高的，在全世界范围内没有发现任何一个矿能够跟它的这个性能是媲美的，所以我们期待就是中美之间的这个贸易谈判能够尽快把这个问题解决掉，不然的话，对我们后期的这个原材料采购会有一个很大的影响。如果加上这个125%的关税的话，这个对我们终端的消费可能是完全无法承受的。
According to the Pet Food Institute, a pet industry business group in the US, America exported about $2.5 billion worth of pet food in 2024. Nearly 12% of that went to China. For people like Guo, the 90-day reprieve Beijing and Washington agreed to on May 12 provides a respite.
以前是30%，是增加的。
结果是你们也是觉得是比较好的一个结果，是吧？
可以接受的。目前不是很紧俏，会正常的，出口的可能会有所上升吧，因为现在很多工厂在备货了。
Guo told me his company is looking to diversify their supply chains to try and avoid being caught up in situations like this again. Other businesses have been considering such moves long before the latest escalation in the US-China trade war. Take soybeans, for example. The share of China's soybean imports from the United States dropped to 18% during the months of January to November 2024. It was 40% in the same period of 2016. Brazil's share has grown to 74% from 46% over the corresponding period. This happened before Trump was officially sworn in as the US president in 2025. Now under the tariff ceasefire, bilateral trade has started to resume, and Chinese exporters are rushing to fulfill their US orders.
美国的订单基本上都恢复了，可能也有新的订单过来。
我们必须得两条腿走路。世界一些其他国家，比如说“一带一路”国家，我们也在积极开发。我们还是要开发国内市场。
In my home, at least, we can take a breather for now because of the pause in the tariff war. The price of cat food is back down to its original 500 yuan level, but not knowing whether the ceasefire will stick, I went ahead and stocked up before the levies are raised again. So, my home is now packed with cat food, and I also start to cut the meal with this cheaper brand. I think they could all use some dieting. But this is just one example of the steps taken by people on both sides of the Pacific as uncertainty looms over international trade.